Good morning, sir.
You're Trevor Flores.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Flores, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Officers initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant cross several lanes while failing to signal and almost causing a collision. Upon contact, the officers observed an odor of marijuana. The officers asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and asked whether the defendant had marijuana inside. The defendant admitted he did have marijuana inside, as well as a firearm. During the search of the vehicle, the officers found a handgun in plain view on the driver's side floorboard, not in holster. And the officers also located 13 grams of marijuana under the passenger seat.
Got it. All right, Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you not?
I have a SR22 in place. My license was suspended.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. It's possible you face another 6 months in jail. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, promising you that you're not going to drive. Do you have liability insurance in your name? Car insurance?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you driving until you have a Texas driver license. You need to call DPS, figure out what to do to get your license. I'm going to give you the phone number now, but it's time for you to get your license back. And when you show me that you have your license and that you have car insurance, I will happily allow you to drive. But until that point, do not drive.
Am I not allowed with the SR22?
No, I don't know what's going on with your license. I don't know if you've ever had a license. What's going on, Alex? Can you run it, please?
On the license?
Please.
Yes,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
I mean, I can't give you legal advice, okay? But as it stands, until you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, don't drive. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons as well. Do you understand? This is a condition of your bond. If I find that you have a weapon, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
26.
What do you do for a living?
High school football coach.
And I see it is not eligible, and it says it's a mandatory suspension due to driving with license invalid, as well as an SR suspension.
Okay, so you even have an SR suspension. You can't drive at all. So this is now a bond condition. If I find that you drive, I'm telling you, HE double hockey sticks to pay. You understand?
So I'm not allowed to retrieve my weapon back.
I'm ordering you now while this case is open, not to have any weapons.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here, Stephen, do you mind giving this to me, please? This is the number to the driver's license division to DPS. You need to call them in the morning to figure out what you need to do to get your license back. Don't call them at 9. Don't call them at 8. Don't call them at 1:02. You're never going to get through. You need to call right when the phone lines open, which is at 7 o'clock in the morning. You'll get through, give them your license number and ask them what you need to do to get your license back.
Okay.
Once you do, I'll tell you, I'll take this off, you know?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll take a look at it. And then assuming you qualify, I'll give you a lawyer today. I'm going to have you sign this agreement with me today that you're not going to drive. And I want you to understand, Mr. Flores, I take this so serious. Don't drive. If you drove here, you can't drive home.
No, I didn't drive here. My father did.
All right, so I'll have you come up here, swear to us. May I have you go to J.A.s, sign a reset, and then we'll have you fill out the application, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
I can appoint lawyers, but I have to follow certain guidelines, right? The guideline is you have to be at the federal poverty guideline level for me to appoint a lawyer. We don't just give it out. So, I'm sorry. So you here on you tell me that you have a $4,000 month income coming in. Are you married?
No, sir.
So you put here spouse or other household income. Who is that?
My girlfriend.
Okay, so it's not your money.
Well, we both work. We both work. So it's combined. It said total at the bottom. So I just added it.
Okay, but I don't think that that's your money then. It's her money and I'm not gonna, okay. I'm gonna grant it for you. Okay. All right. Thanks. You can just take a seat. Thanks.
For your honor, this is our last English speaker and then one Spanish speaker.
Okay. Mr. Saulnier, is that right? Saulnier? Saulnier. So you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. Thank you.
On November 25th, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop for a defective driver's side tail lamp in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed signs of nervousness, such as not making eye contact and soft speaking. The defendant stated there was nothing illegal inside the motor vehicle, such as marijuana, and denied consent to search the vehicle. While waiting for a K-9 unit, the defendant stated he had THCA in the motor vehicle, and that was why he was nervous to allow the search. The K-9 arrived, the officer had the defendant exit the motor vehicle, and the K-9 conducted an air sniff around the motor vehicle. The K-9 alerted the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted. The officer located a glass jar in the center console with a green leafy substance known to be marijuana based on training experience. The officer also located several empty dime-sized clear bags with an 8-ball logo in the center console, as well as one dime-sized bag with a leafy substance in the driver's side door. The defendant stated he did not eat any substance, and the officer observed a green film on the defendant's tongue. The defendant stated the marijuana is THCA, which was not illegal, and that he bought the marijuana in clear bags, but the officer only observed one small piece of marijuana inside the bags. The weight of the marijuana found was 0.089 grams.
No, wait. No, this is worse than this. Better.
What was the stop for again?
For a defective driver's side tail lamp.
Okay. Mr. Saulnier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir?
23.
23. What do you do in life now?
I wash dishes and bus tables at a restaurant.
Okay. I don't want you using. I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I'm telling you now, it's not going to go well. You also are on probation for a very serious case, man. You know, you got to have a halo over your head when you're on felony probation. You know, really. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, sir?
Some time to try to hire one.
Okay. I would get on it like tomorrow because you have another case that it's very possible they now file a felony warrant on you. So you got to be on the lookout. So I'll get on it quick. I'm going to have you sign a reset with J.A.s. After that, well, I'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions. And then, oh, do you have a Texas driver license?
Sure.
Can you run this license, please? Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Sure.
Okay, as long as you have both, you can continue to drive. Otherwise, don't drive.
Eligible, Your Honor.
Eligible?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah, I did review the stills and all of those between Jonathan Kelly. However, the ones that are covered is what the issue here, but the stills itself are all Jonathan Kelly.
Do they look like him? I couldn't.
So
I didn't think
I couldn't personally tell, but what I'm assuming that the vendor is talking about, because they're the ones that obviously confirm our device violations, is that due to the camera being covered in multiple instances, that they're thinking that, you know, that's either due to them just covering the camera, but most of the time it's due to somebody else blowing into the device, and that's why it's being covered. The camera.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm now modifying his bond conditions to put a scram on his ankle. I can't trust him to do what it's going to do, so I'll give him 2 days to get the scram on. He's got to come get it, but I can't trust him.
Just for, you know, the sake of my client, he did have a scram device at one point. There were no violations of the scram. And the scram caused some type of injury to his leg because of the swelling of his ankles. So. I mean,
He's
just-
covering the
just-
camera. I should revoke his bond right now because he's not even here.
I understand.
You know, I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired of it. It's one thing after the other. He's covering the camera, which he shouldn't be doing. And he knows damn well he's not supposed to be covering the camera. I mean, there's a complete thumbprint all over the camera. I've repeatedly told him to come here. How on earth do I know that he can't, that he's stuck there? I mean, what proof do I have? Did you go to his house?
Yes, I did. I literally, like I told the court yesterday, I would go and pick him up. When I went there,
Okay.
he was in no condition to leave.
What does that mean? He was in no condition to leave.
He had one of those porta potties in his room because he just can't leave his bedroom. He had one of those urinals and you know, he was just in bad condition. He was in real bad condition.
I guess not bad enough to consume alcohol though, because he's testing positive, you know?
After the surgery,
There's no excuse. I don't care if you're having this, that. No alcohol means no alcohol. And having surgery doesn't justify it though. So I'm modifying his conditions now. He's got 2 days to get the scram on. If he doesn't get it on in 2 days, then I'm gonna have another hearing and we'll see whether his bond gets revoked or not. But and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm up to here with the excuses and I'm up to here with everything. No, I'm letting him know now. Shh. Jonathan Kelly.
I'm here.
I find your behavior while you are on bond in this court unacceptable. You have repeatedly violated the conditions of this court, trying to use illness as a method of consuming alcohol. I cannot trust you to use the camera because you are not doing it as ordered. So I'm now ordering you to come and get a scram device on your ankle. And I'm going to tell you now, there's absolutely no tolerance. The next time you test positive for any kind of alcohol, any kind of substance that you're not supposed to be using, I'm going to put you in jail. And I don't care if counsel is up here crying, pleading, begging, this, that, it makes absolutely no difference to me. But using illness to be able to consume is unacceptable. And I'm not going to tolerate it any longer. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm modifying the conditions. You must have the scram within the next 2 days. If you fail to have it, I'm going to revoke your bond. We will continue with court settings on the 13th. No more waived appearances. So he must appear here on that setting and we will go forward. How old is this case?
This case is back from,
It's 88 days.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that we probably get moving on it because if he does need treatment, prolonging the case is just delaying the inevitable, right? And I don't want to do that. If Mr. Kelly needs treatment, then I think that we need to get him moving on it. But when I find someone that continues to violate, that tells me a lot. So, okay, Mr. Kelly, you now are apprised of what your conditions are. No more violations. 3 strikes, you're out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, are you reinstating? He has a warrant for his arrest now, misdemeanor warrant for his arrest now.
Did I not reinstate it the other day? I thought I did.
Yesterday, Your Honor.
Well, it still showed up as of this morning.
Who is it?
Kelly,
Yeah, it is reinstated.
it's reinstated. I reinstated it yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Judge, are we taking away the portable and just adding the scram or?
Correct. Yeah, there's no need for the portable if he's got the scram, but scram first, and then you take the portable off. Okay, and I keep a close eye, please, because I want to know if he has any more violations. That's it.